Yeah, thank you. I just thought I'd just share an experience that I went through a few years ago in the mid 90s. What I'm uploading onto here is not designed to scaremonger, it's not designed to claim an understanding of events that are deemed supernatural, it's not designed as an ego trip, it's merely to express experiences which I believe are display potential evidence of something beyond the grave. It was something I had to put up with whilst living in this house I'm showing here. It's located in Loughborough in the East Midlands in Leicestershire in England. I moved into this house with my mother in 1996. Before this we were living in South Nottinghamshire. We needed to move somewhere better where there was a better school for me, where there's more socialisation. So my mother said to me, look, I've got this new house in Loughborough, I want you to move to it, I want us to move to it. So we moved in, and it wasn't before long that peculiar things started happening in the house. The first thing that happened was that I heard a voice waking me up to go for school, and it was my mother's voice, clear as a bell. It was a very good impression. Jake, it's time to go to school. You need to go to school now. And I'd go in and check on my mother. She'd be fast asleep. This happened multiple times. Something else that happened was the fact that she asked me one day, were you standing outside my bedroom door talking the other night? I said no, and she said, well, she heard this terrifying voice repeatedly saying mummy, 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 repeatedly. She went to check on me. I was fast asleep. Now, something else I can promise you that this is true, this happened in this house. Now, I had a pet mouse, and we kept the mouse in the kitchen. And the mouse had a very loud water bottle. It was distinctive sound. You could fill up the whole flat when you heard it drinking from the bottle. My mouse died. It passed away from natural causes. And I used to still hear the water bottle noise inside the flat after it was deceased. Now, I have to say to you that I couldn't believe something so frightening could happen. I denied this even happened. All I had to do was go into the kitchen and check. I wish I'd done it now. I was frozen in place from fear, and didn't dare check it. Something else that happened, I'd have piano practice in the room to the left of the bottom bay window. That was where the piano was located. And it'd be something, it felt like something was grabbing the rungs of the stairs, and it was watching you when you were there. Another thing that happened, I felt a line of people run through me, like shouting and laughing when I was trying to sleep. Now, I'm not preaching or getting into spiritual matters, but there does come a point, and I'm sure that anybody that's been through something would know that, are some properties really haunted, or is this stuff demonic almost? Because it didn't feel like it was human. Now, I don't know what the property is used before. If I say to you that this used to be a standalone independent, well, I don't mean the house was independent. It used to be the caretaker's property for a large garden equipment and mainly greenhouse factory called Messengers. They're very highly sought after luxury goods, Messenger greenhouses. And it makes you wonder what on earth happened in this house to warrant stuff like that, because it wasn't just creepy, it could make your hair go white. I've got other witnesses as well as to what happened. We had a young woman that lived in the bottom flat, and she'd frequently described feeling frightened living in the flat. My aunts never liked visiting it. It just make me, I'm just throwing the ideas out there. Why does this stuff happen? I mean, in a way it's emotional, because I can see that it was once the beloved family home, and spirits don't want to leave it. It's quite an old building, but is the thing that inhabited it, is it the ghost of a human, or is it just like an evil spirit or something? Because it does make you wonder what's going on. Because I mean, I lived in the property for trying to remember, 6 years. 6 years with my mother. It never got easier, but it never got worse. I think a man moved into the bottom flat as well and described seeing a man with a hat in his room. I had a dream about a man with a hat coming into my bedroom when I was a kid. In other occasions, if I say to you that the kitchen doorway, it always felt as though something was watching you from the kitchen doorway, and the thing that made it worse was the fact that there was no door. So it's just an empty, gaping doorway with no escape from whatever it was. You were making a sandwich, making a cup of tea, painting action figures like I used to do the Warhammers, and it was though something was always watching you. And it's very difficult to put an age on what was inhabiting the place. Was it a whole family? Was it the ghost of a man? Was it the ghost of an old woman? What are the reasons? I mean, has anybody else had experiences with this particular house? Because it's the Cumberland Trading Estate in Loughborough. There's got to be reasons why this stuff happens. You can't just say, oh, never mind, it's just this. Because if that was the case, every place would be like this. My philosophy behind it is it's the historical connection. It's the fact that I think it should be a listed building, or at least grade 3 listed at least. Because this property itself is part of a much larger industrial estate. It's the workers' cottages, the caretakers' lodge. And if I say something, at least to keep it fair as well, when I moved back to Loughborough a few years ago, okay? I lived in Meadow Lane. The house was workers' cottages at the Brush, and the old family that used to live there came around and said, oh, the house is creepy, it used to be an orphanage. The people upstairs described feeling frightened and hearing people knocking. I'm sorry, I slept in 2 different rooms in the house. I never had anything bad happen. I'm not doing this to sensationalise. I only describe what I felt and what I've seen. This house was particularly frightening. I never spent any time toward the right. I did actually. I went to visit somebody there, but I never stayed over. It's the sort of thing that there's no escape from it. If you're living somewhere like that, there's no way you can go. If it's 3 a.m, you can't escape, because if you live there, you live there. But I'd love to find out more about the property. I'd love to research who lived there, what happened in the property. Was it just a family? Was it a suicide? Was black magic going on? Which I do not condone. I'm a Christian. There's got to be reasons why this stuff happens. It's not just enough to experience it. We need to research it and what's going on. I'm going to try and upload more videos about this property. I've thought about it a lot. I have to say to you, it wasn't pleasant. It was, especially the being spoken to and he's sleeping is not very. It's rather disturbing, I have to say. Especially the mimicry and the impersonations. It's horrible. But as I said, this is in Loughborough. Caretakers' cottages for the industrial estate and the Messenger's window factory, greenhouse factory, sorry. I lived there for 6 years, 1996 to 2002. I experienced stuff, my mother experienced stuff, the young woman downstairs did, my auntie also sensed the spirits in the place. Yeah, I just wanted to share the information, put it out there, but thank you for watching, have a nice day.